Hello everyone once again, and welcome back to Regal Promotions Esports Night in America. This time we're doing it Dirt Street Stock style for race number 204 for the night. 𝐀𝐦𝐿 right now tops the charts with the 18.408. Saw him nearly get a second place run in the 360s, but Chase Shaft was the one that picked up that win. Looks like we're going to have 3 heat races for the Dirt Street Stocks as we're in the high teens, close to 20 cars signed in. So I have 3 heats, but all the cars still should transfer straight through, just like the last event. Now, Tim, we will put you on the screen since you do not want to be on the screen. We will get you on the screen, Tim. We're gonna watch the 81 Bass Pro Shops car, Tim Henderson, on the speedway right now. As Riley Elliott now finally tops 𝐀𝐿𝐿. He now has the fastest time with the 18.348. As Tim Henderson come out of turn 4 to complete his first lap. 18.690. But that lap did not count, as I believe he got into the wall, as he does once again. So I don't think that one's going to count either. Tim Henderson tried his best, as now he wrecks it straight into the fence. 37 of Daniel Quarrington is now on the track, as we'll see if he's going to be able to complete his lap or not, as time does expire. So it's like 15 of the 21 cars signed in do complete their times. So before we get into the heat race number 1, we'll go over the top 10 here in qualifying. Stephen Barra is the fastest time with it, 18.331 over Riley Elliott, 𝐀𝐿𝐿, Jared Mogard, Jonathan Snyder, Christopher Nilsson, Brad Titzman, Jordan Navarra, Sean Essex, and Jason Calhoun. It's now your grid for heat race number 1. Jason Calhoun will go from pole alongside Brad Titzman. Jared Mograr will go from 3rd. 4th, Stephen Burra. 5th, Greg Robinson. 6th, Jimbo Rooney. 7th, Logan Smith. And 8th, Ryan Phillips. It's got 8 cars, but all 8 will transfer through to tonight's racing action, as the max cars will start is 22, and I believe we have 21 signed in. So we're waiting on our 6th, 7th, and 8th place starters to still grid up for this one. iRacing also is a little bit weird sometimes with whether cars can race or not after they if they register while qualifying is just about to end, so it may not let them race. Well, while we wait for the pace truck to roll off, so we're going to have just 5 cars in this one. So once again, 6th through 8th are not going to make the start. But Raising the 19 car starts in the 4th spot, even though he's the fastest qualifier, even though it says 46 there as well. Is because we have a 4-car invert, so your fastest qualifier will start 4th in this one. And thank you, Tim. Said we are at 22 cars But nonetheless, we will start them all, so all cars will transfer out of each of the heat races. As the 187 gets a huge jump there. That is definitely not going to go over well. But nonetheless, he leads the way right now in the 187. 𝐀𝐦𝐞𝐫𝐢𝐜 continues to try to hold off the 0 there for the 3rd spot. Continues to lead the way, but like we said, bottom side seems to be the place you want to be at the moment around the Eldora Speedway. Fast qualifier also is the fastest lap of this heat race. As they will get the white flag here out of turn number 4 as the 45 looks low there on the 187. Will they be able to do anything with them on the final lap? Dragonfly is out. 187 will cross the line first here in heat race number 1. It will take the win over the 19 of Stephen Burra. 3rd is the 2 of Jared McGraw. Jason Calhoun in the 11 goes 4th. 5th, Greg Robinson. It's your 5 cars that took to the track in heat race number 1. The 187 of Brad Titzman will be receiving an EOL there for that start, as the leader, who was Jason Calhoun, starts the race, and they did not get the ability to do so. So as a result, the 187 will start at the tail of tonight's feature event. And now we go to our 2nd heat race of the night. Andrew Halloran in car 9 will go from pole. Starting 2nd will be Jordan Navarro in number 96, who picked up the win in the 305 Sprint Car Series at Kokomo back in April. Jonathan Snyder will go from 3rd. 4th, Riley Elliott. 5th, Matthew Hobbs. 6th, Corey Denson. And 7th will be Tim Henderson. This is heat race number 2 of 3 for the Dirt Street Stocks. for RPES Night in America. This game will be 8 laps the distance. 7 cars, all will transfer to tonight's 25 lap main event. As they should get the green flag here out of turn number 3 and 4. Once again, leader starts the race in the middle of turn number 3 and 4. Let's see if they can do better than heat race number 1 could. They do, as the number 9 fires off into turn number 1. Halloran leads just slightly over the 96 of Navarro. Snyder looking low here early on. We saw the bottom line prevail in heat race number 1. Will it do the same here in heat race number 2? Snyder has went alongside Halloran, gets sideways there, and that allows Navarro to now move into the second spot. Elliott has the advantage on the inside lane of Navarro now, though. As out front, Jonathan Slater has went from 3rd to 1st. Let's get inside line is where you want to be, as Elliott nearly is able to clear him. He should be able to clear him here down the back straightaway. Move Elliott solely into that second spot. Navarro now run 3rd as now he opens up the inside line for the 9 as they make slight contact there on a 4. Halloran is trying to get back up through the field. So now he moves himself into the 3rd spot. Navarro has now been negated to 4th. He will now try his hand at the inside though. As they get very close there out of turn number 2. Halloran gets into the wall there on the front stretch. That opens up the door for Navarro. Navarro's going to slide up. They almost make contact, but they stay side by side into 3. Matthew Hobbs is now sneaking up on this battle for your 3rd spot. And Tim Henderson is lurking in the shadows in the background as all 3 of them fight for the same real estate in 1 and 2. As the final lap is out. As they come to the line, Jonathan Slater is going to hold off Riley Elliott for the win in heat race number 2. We saw your win goes to Jonathan Snyder by 93 hundredths of a second over Riley Elliott. Andrew Halloran will finish 3rd. 4th out of the final corner was Tim Henderson. 5th, Jordan Navarro. 6th, Corey Denson. And 7th, Matthew Hobbs. At least that is what the results say according to this. There we go. That's a more updated results. That is, but still the same finishing order. As now we'll go into our 3rd and final heat race of the evening for the dirt street stocks. Zachary Bright will go from pole. Starting 2nd will be Sean Essex. 3rd, Christopher Nilsson. 4th, Clayton Wise. 5th, Brent Thompson. 6th, Daniel Quarrington. And 7th will be Stephen Saucier. I will say, definitely have some unique names here in the street stocks tonight. And I am one of the worst people probably in the world at pronouncing names. But nonetheless, I'm giving it my best shot. And we got heat race number 3 on the track now. 8 laps. 7 cars, all transfer to tonight's 25 lap main event. We'll get the white here at the line. Right after this, at 7:15 p.m. Eastern, so probably while the feature is going on, we will session will go up for the UMP Modifieds, which will be race number 3 of 4 for the night. And then we'll go live at 7:30 for that one. And then the final race of the night will be at 8 p.m. Eastern, and we'll go live at 8:15 for the Pro Late Models. As they'll get the green flag here out of turn number 3 and 4. Green flag is out for Zachary Bright. And no, Tim, we are not adding a 5th race. 4 is definitely enough. Christopher Nilsson is out front over Sean Essex. Clayton Wise, we saw run strong in the 360s earlier on, is now looking for that second spot on Essex into turn number 1. He slides up momentarily, at least take that second spot away. Essex slides back at the racetrack though. Now they're side by side, and the 37 at Quarrington almost decides to make it 3 wide. They will dive down and try to get a better look at it into turn number 1. Quarrington hits the binders there, thinks better of it. It's Brent Thompson and Steven, who's blinking out there for a second, are battling for your 5th spot on the track right now. Back up front though, the 4 of Nilsson is pulling away by about a second over your second place runner of Clayton Wise. 3rd is Sean Essex in car number 29. 4th, Daniel Quarrington, 37. 17 continues to keep blinking out there. But they do take that 5th spot away in car number 17. Back in front, 2 laps to go in for car number 4 of Nilsson. Your closest battle on the track as we get the white flag here is Quarrington and Saucier. As Nilsson takes the checkered flag in heat race number 3 over Clayton Wise, Sean Essex, Quarrington, Saucier, and Brent Thompson. As now we'll head into our Night Owl Racing League warm-up session. I'll probably advance this one here pretty quickly so that way we can get the show moving for the next event. That way it's not too late. But Tim, we will think about trucks at Bristol for next time. We will at least debate about it. Just to be said, fancy here quickly. That way we can get the show moving. So everyone in this session can make it for the UMP Modifieds up next. First, let's get the EOL to the 187 here. All right, does not look like they're actually in the session anymore, so never mind. We did not have to do anything to them. But nonetheless, we'll get our starting lineup for our 25-lap main event for RPS Night in America. Stephen Burrow goes from pole. Starting second will be Jonathan Snyder. Third, Christopher Nielsen. Fourth, Jared Mogar. Fifth, Riley Elliott. Sixth, Clayton Wise. Seventh, Jason Calhoun. Eighth, Andrew Halloran. Ninth, Sean Essex. 10th, Brad Tidsman. 11th, Tim Henderson. 12th, Daniel Corrington. 13th, Greg Robinson. 14th, Jordan Navarro. 15th, Steven Saucier. 16th, Jimbo Rooney. 17th, Corey Denson. 18th, Brent Thompson. 19th, Logan Smith. 20th, Matthew Hobbs. 21st, Zachary Bright. And 22nd, Ryan Phillips. So it looks like cars not making the call will be Brad Tidsman, Logan Smith, Zachary Bright, and Ryan Phillips. So only 4 cars not making the call, so we'll have an 18-car starting field. So that does look like Zachary Bright is now here, but he will be missing the start. It looks like he is in the pit area. So we will have 19 cars that'll start, but they will have to wait until the field goes by to come back out of pit road. Coming to it right here. Once again, 25 laps to the distance. Almost beating and banging back there, but everyone seems to keep it going at the moment. Stephen Burrow out front, 45-19, whichever one you want to call him. He has pretty much dominated tonight's action to this point. Jonathan Snyder, though, came for third to win as he as well. A couple cars getting sideways, but everyone keeps it going once again. Riley Elliott, the first car on the top throughout the field as they're working that third spot. See if they can get up to second here shortly. Clayton Wise, another strong run tonight as they make it 3 wide out of turn 4. As Nilsson, Wise, and Mokar battling hard for that 4th spot. Gets the wall there, but they're all over your second place runner of Jonathan Snyder. Bogart goes to the inside as they're going to have second there out of the line, at the line there. Elliott's going to work back to the inside though and slide up across. Wise slides up, makes some contact with Snyder. Both of them keep it going though. Another dive bomb here in 3 and 4 from Elliott. Slow slide though, and they will clear Mogar for that 2nd spot. Mogar looks back to the inside, 1 and 2. Meanwhile, up front, Stevens still leading the way. Still side by side for your 2nd spot. As we have our first yellow of the event. It's like Matthew Hobbs is the car involved. Well, it looks like they just get sideways, and 27 tried to catch up. Check up for him, but It was just a little bit too late. That is what your caution flag was for. It looks like the 84 car is in the pits here quickly for his fast repair, but everyone will keep it going out there. Yeah, we'll give the EOL there for the 27. They tried to catch up, but was not able to do so. But the field's getting double filed up here, so we should be coming out back to it here shortly. So we're just under 10 laps into this one. Sure no one has any black flag. Does not look like they do. But 9 laps in here at the line. Riley Elliott now has a run on the outside of your race leader, Stephen Barra. It'll be side by side on the backstretch as the yellow flag comes out. Tough break there for the 23 of Elliott. So he looks like he was going to take the lead there on the backstretch. Daniel Quarrington looks to be involved in this one. Brent Thompson just gets out of shape. 37 has nowhere to go there. So we'll try to see if anyone, it doesn't look like anyone's in the pits. So we will try to get as we will try to come back to it next time. Coming back to it this time, we have 10 in at the line, 15 to go. UMP's modified session has just opened, so make sure to catch you in that one for the next one, as we'll be live with that one at 7:30 p.m. Eastern. Stephen Barra, though, leads the way in this one over Riley Elliott. Will Elliott be able to get back around the outside of him? It's going to be tough, though, after he showed his hand, but 45, contact with the wall right there. Once again, 45 hits the wall in 3 and 4. as 𝐾𝐦𝐿 now hustling the top side, moves into your third spot. It has now become, at least appears to be, pretty top dominant, as Jonathan Slater is the only car on the bottom side of the speedway. So now he moves up to the top. We saw in the heat races, bottom was where you wanted to be, but now top is definitely the preferred line. As we get our third, I believe is our third yellow of the night. Looks like Matthew Hobbs involved once again. At least appears that he just got sideways that time. See if I can get a good look. See if we can get a forward chase cam here. Yeah, it looks like he just loses it there in the 83 and nowhere else really to go. Alright, green flag is out, everyone. So clear a couple blacks here. As we are wholesale positions here up front. So we're just under 10 laps to go as Elliott and a few others make slight contact into turn number 3. Bogart is now your race leader as Bra has been stuck on the inside line. Elliott, big slide job for the race lead. Bogart will now look back to the inside. They make a little contact in the front stretch, but Bogart will now slide back up in front of the 23 out of turn 2. Elliott made a little contact with the wall, but once again able to slide right back up in front of the 2 cars. Now we got some contact. A couple cars around there in turn number 3 and 4, but that will bring out our yellow. Looks like it was the 45 car had made some contact with the 21. I'll have to get a better look at that one there. It's really tough to tell from that angle. It looks like maybe it was a little bit of netcode, but at the same time, both cars were going to come together regardless of the fact. But looks like currently the 45 is in the pit area. And 𝐾𝐦𝐿 is also on the track, but at the back of the pack now. Come to my attention that the 2 did jump the last restart, so take a look at it after the race. If they did, then we will put them back 2 spots from where they finish. currently leads the field here as the 23. Another dive bomb here in the 3 as they'll make some contact. Rubbin is racing though as Riley Elliott will now take the lead into turn 1. Here comes Jordan Navarro, I believe from their 14th starting spot. Now in the top 3. It's Calhoun and Tim Henderson. I see make some contact there, battling for 5th. As Mokar gets into the fence. But Riley Elliott in the lead with 5 laps to go in this one. Again, side by side as they go into 3 and 4. Another slide job incoming from the 23. They just keep going back and forth between one another. The 23 just barely let off enough the throttle enough to be able to cross him back over. 2 almost made him get on the binders that time. We got another yellow. Another yellow with just 3 laps left in this one. Looks like Sean Essex, who's the 29 car there. 37 gets up there. Maybe they're kind of attached to each other at this point, I feel like. Oh, and then it seems like they get into the wall there. See if I can get a better angle of that one, but from our vantage point, I sort of feel like they just kind of get lodged together at this point and kind of can't get off one another. Of Riley Elliott is your race leaders. We'll go back to the green flag this time, hopefully to finish this one out. Three laps left here at the line. Elliott gets a big jump out of turn number 4. A 5 car length gap. I feel like they're definitely clear of any slide job attempt at the moment. Mokar able to hold the bottom there quite good, but 2 laps left in this one now. As I believe there's a car just spun out, maybe Jonathan Snyder. Jonathan Snyder brings out the yellow there. I believe he just lost it by himself. At least I thought so. Looks like he came across the nose there to get. Came across the nose of the 81 car. Kind of get into one another. Comes down the racetrack to maybe block, and 81 just kind of dumps. Well, I gotta watch that one more time. Maybe from the 81's forward chase camera. See what I think from here. Yeah, but I sort of feel like the 81 deserves a EOL on that one. As definitely could have given him a little bit of slack there going into turn number 1. None of our cars a lap down or on the track at the moment. But this will be our 1 of 3 green-white checkered attempts. So Thought it was going to be 1 to green anyway, but here we go. Just about ready to go racing here for hopefully the final time of the night to finish this one out with just 2 laps left. And we'll hurry on over to the UMP modified session for race number 3 of 4 for the night. Riley Elliott, another great jump there. They'll come around here for the white flag when they get to the line. Jordan Navarro, though, heck of a run, coming from the 14th spot to now be in your 3rd position. Smoke Art goes the inside, see if there's anything there. Doesn't seem to be able to have anything there. Riley Elliott, though, pick up his first ever win with Reigel Promotions Esports. So we got 2 races tonight, both first-time winners. Quick rundown of tonight's race number 2 for Reigel Promotions Esports Night in America. Riley Elliott picks up the win over Jared Mogar, barring any post-race penalties. Jordan Navarro finishes 3rd. 4th, Zachary Bright. Heck of a run for him. I believe he started in the 19th or 20th spot. Jimbo Rooney, another car started deep in the field, finishes 5th. 6th, Jason Calhoun. 7th, Greg Robinson. 8th, Matthew Hobbs. 9th, Daniel Corrington. 10th, Tim Henderson. 11th, Andrew Holleran. 12th, Jonathan Snyder. 13th, Sean Essex. 14th, Brent Thompson. 15th, Corey Denson. 16th, Clayton Wise. 17th, Stephen Burra. 18th, Stephen Saucier. 19th, Christopher Nielsen. 20th, Brad Titzman. 21st, Logan Smith. And 22nd, Ryan Phillips. A few more cautions in that one than earlier on tonight, but nonetheless, another good race. And congrats to Riley Elliott on the win. Here in a few minutes, I'll jump over to the UMP modified session and we'll be back live. So see you then.